we are going to start with pencil and draw a pink-necked green pigeon. I have a picture beside me that I'm looking at. I'm going to start with ovals very lightly with my pencil. An oval that's sideways, that's going to become my body. Notice how I'm not just committing to one line. I did several lines. It's a sideways diagonal. That's the body. And then I'm going to come off the body with a gentle curve and make another oval that's smaller. That's going to be my head. And it comes off the body here. This is the neck. And I'm going to add a tail shape off the end here, just a little point. And I'm going to add two ovals that are going down from the body. This one you can only see part of it because it's on the other side of the body. This one you can see where it attaches to the body. So those are two ovals. And then I'm going to draw a sort of flipper shape, and I'm eventually going to make those into the pigeon's feet. So we have a basic shape. Now we can start to add details or change the shape a little bit if we don't agree that it's right for us. So I'm going to start to reform my pigeon a little bit differently. I'm kind of reforming the body. See, I kind of made a new outline here. So it's a little darker than and I'm erasing as I go. So just draw a little line that comes down from the head. And I'm going to hook on the leg coming down. And this is where I can get a little more specific about the feet. There's about 3 toes, it looks like, or the ones that I can see on the photograph. Oh, I don't really like the way I did that, but that's okay. I can kind of change it. And it looks like that from the photograph. I know that there's probably one back here too, even though I can't see it, that gives it balance on the back. And it probably has a little nail on each one. I made that up a little bit. I'm not sure. So you can see it closer. And you could pause that if you needed to see it for longer. And then the other one, I can change that one as well. It has a leg shape that comes down. I can see part of the leg shape. And then again, I'm changing this from the original way that I drew it. And I'm adding a little shape back here that I don't really see. Little toes, little toenails. And I'm going to come back up to the head, and we need a lot of detail on the face. So I'm going to make a beak and make a forehead coming up. And I'm gonna sort of change the shape of the body a little bit. There. And I'm noticing the wing shape kind of overlaps and comes in like that. So back up to the head. I can add some details here. and a little eye shape, and maybe a pupil. Now the rest of this is all about coloring. I'm going to do a little bit of lines to show where my pigeon has colors. First, I'm going to erase some of my pencil lines that I used to guide my drawing because I don't really need them. Now, this is going to be very, very light. I'm going to draw where my pigeon starts to fade into another color. So there's a light blue head, and you can color your pigeon however you want. This is if you want to do the rainbow pigeon or the pink-necked green pigeons color markings. This is about where it changes from light blue to pink. And then on its chest, there's a section where it changes from pink to orange. And there's an orange blotch on its chest that looks like that. And the pink neck fades back to blue on the pigeon's back. So it's pink on the neck, just like the name. It fades back into light blue. Here it fades to yellow, and the yellow fades back to the leg color about here. The wing has light blue just on the edge and along the back. And I'm going to add a little bit of a hard line here. So this is all light blue. Then the very, very edge, it goes to white. There's like a white here. And underneath, there's a dark blue. And then the tail, it goes back to a light blue. And I'm not really sure what happens in here, but we can decide when we color. For coloring, you can color the pink-necked green pigeon however you want. I'm going to demonstrate how to do a combination of colored pencils and markers. And I'm going to start with the head. It's very pale. It does have some darker marks to it. It has a dark section on the beak and leading to the eye. It has two dark sections like lines. And then I'm going to use the side to very lightly very lightly shade the pigeon's head. Not coloring it in very dark. And when I get to the edge of that pencil mark, I'm going to stop because that's where my pigeon switches color. And it's a little darker on the bottom of the neck, so I'm going to press down a little harder. And I didn't color the eye yet. The eye I'll come back to.